Welcome, survivors, to episode 48 of 7 Days to Die, recorded on the PS4. Now, console patch 3 has finally dropped, and what we're going to be doing this episode is I've actually pre-recorded taking on the Horde on day 189, and we're going to take a look at how well the game does with the Horde with the new changes. So what I'm going to do here is, for the people who have not seen the patch 3 update video or just need a refresher, I'm going to go over what they've changed. If you're not into it, definitely skip ahead of the video a little bit, and then I'll be doing my normal Let's Play. But for now, you guys are going to be seeing me level up my random weapon skills, because I just grabbed whatever weapons I had laying around and dumped my ammo on this one, in an effort to try to get more XP. But enough with that. We're going to go over the patch notes here. So what they've done for this stability is they fixed an issue that caused a much higher volume of disconnects from online multiplayer games. I've not been able to test that out. Can you guys please drop in the comments, if you're watching this like a day or two from release, if you've had any problems with it. Fixed an issue that was preventing zombie corpses from turning into gore blocks as quickly as they are intended to, which caused drastic performance slowdown during Horde battles. Now, I did do the Horde Night. It did turn out well. I will be discussing that actually in the Let's Play after this. We'll be doing some more manscaping. Wow. Implemented a system to back up save files on PS4 so that if the user's data becomes corrupted due to a crash during the saving process, they will lose very little progress. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I haven't seen it yet, but they also do say that this fix only works for any future saves that become corrupted. So I'm not entirely sure with that wording either, if they mean on the new game saves or on any future saves from patch 3. So yeah, that's a little confusing. I wish they would clarify that one. Fixed a crash that would sometimes occur while in the crafting menu. Fixed a crash that would occur when you would take a part of a mini bike out of the mini bike while another player was using it. That one's actually kind of funny that would make the game crash as well. Fixed an issue that was causing more frequent crashes in local multiplayer games. So there's a whole bunch of multiplayer fixes apparently here, especially for you Xbox One users. I know you guys have been having a hard time. Fixed a crash that would occur when the first player for a local multiplayer game would quit out as soon as the second player joins. So yeah, another multiplayer issue. Fixed an unresponsive state that would occur on Xbox One if the player removed the controller, suspended the game, added the controller back, and attempted to remove it again while on the main menu. I've never heard of anybody having these problems. If you guys did, let me know, because that's definitely an original one. Fixed a crash on PS4 that would sometimes occur when dismissing a controller disconnect pop-up, and a crash that would occasionally happen when accessing loot containers. One that would occur on PS4 while loading a map after setting the system's language to Arabic or Turkish. I had that happen to me like 800 times. What a piss off. With the art and the animation. Now that I've seen the game, I will be clarifying my thoughts and interpretations on this patch. I'm kind of in a mixed... I have mixed feelings about it, but we'll shoot the shit a bit here and do some more cleaning up of Z-Rection. Fixed an issue where the lighting update in patch 2 caused lighting inside buildings to be too dark. Fixed an issue introduced in patch 2 that caused the mining helmet light to be too dark and have a dark ring obstructing the player's view. I really don't like the way they worded that. The way they did that light was completely on purpose. You don't accidentally change the texture of something. You know what I mean? That was a whole new texture that didn't exist ever before. So, fixed an issue where the light on the mining helmet will constantly move and rotate back and forth. An issue where having motion blur on while riding a mini bike would cause the character model to shake violently. Damn it, I forgot to try to catch that on film, and I've already upgraded. Fixed an issue where the texture on the terrain would occasionally fail to load, which is cool. You know those issues where you'd have just big holes in the world in random spots in the terrain? Apparently they fixed that, so that's cool. If you do continue to get it, definitely let me know down in the comments. Fixed a number of miscellaneous issues with character models and animations, so just a whole bunch of little tiny things, I guess. With the audio, what they did was they fixed the volume for thunder and they fixed the volume for rain. Now, I did notice that they did change that. The volume for thunder and rain doesn't seem to be nearly as loud as it used to be, but it also seems like, too, that the mini bike volume's turned right down as well. For the gameplay now, They fixed an issue where the layout of the D-pad controls was inconsistent. Now, this is going to take me a while to get used to because I kind of started memorizing different things in different areas. So now, when you go on your down arrow, it'll drop the item. Right will either favorite or scrap. Left will recipe, repair, and use, depending on all the items, right? And up will be equip and other context-sensitive controls, so like the ones that have like individual things. Changed horde spawning slightly to ensure each of the players in the multiplayer game will get attacked by a horde no matter where they are in the world. That's going to be interesting. I think that's going to cause a lot of lag. This one here that I was pumped about added an improvement so the player can hold X on PS4 or A on Xbox One on the left arrow to increase the number of items when crafting. So how I read that the first time is I understood maybe you can press hold down the X button and it would do like multiples of like 10 or something for you. But what they simply did was if you hold down the X button, it's like pressing it a bunch of times. It just goes one at a time. So it's quick, but it's not that quick. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, to be honest. Fixed an issue where hordes would vanish and fail to respawn if a player quit out of a game in the middle of a blood moon. Ooh, I should actually try that one next time. Fixed an issue where doors to pre-existing buildings and POIs would respawn after having been destroyed by the player. I did go and check on that one on my multiplayer world because I had doors that would respawn every time I reloaded the game. I busted out a couple doors and he didn't come back, so big high five on that one. Thank you for fixing that. Fixed an issue where it would briefly be snowing on the world load. Okay, whatever. Fixed an issue where the mini bike would occasionally stop on steep slopes. Ooh, I'm definitely going to be testing that one out right away here as soon as we get back into the Let's Play. That's cool. Steep slopes. So this is pretty much going to be a Let's Play of testing the patch, making sure everything's working. Fixed an issue where time would pass in the game while being in the building environment. Whatever. Fixed an issue where structures near a large lake in Naviscane would collapse on player contact. Damn, I thought that was a bonus. Fixed an issue on Xbox One where cobwebs would spawn when a player would place a mini bike chassis. That's kind of funny. I would have put cobwebs everywhere. Fixed an exploit where a player could duplicate wooden crates by building a diving board-like structure and standing on top of a crate placed near the end of it. Fixed an issue where the menu cursor would not snap to search bars. I noticed that as well too. It's easier now to get to the search menu. Fixed an issue where the pipe bomb would fall to the player's feet when thrown. That's awesome. Slightly increased number of bird nest and added the version number to the main menu screen. I noticed that as well too. Now when you load in the game, if you look in the left hand corner, it actually shows the version of the game. Whoa, that's a crazy improvement. But anyways, the Horde Night did end up going pretty damn well, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, the only disappointing thing I think here with the Horde Night, you know what? Let's cut to the Let's Play and we'll discuss it there. I'll see you guys in a moment. So after doing the Horde Night, I must say I am pretty impressed in the performance increase. Now the downfall I found was that the zombie bodies despawned so damn fast that you have like zero time to loot them. I think I looted like 3 or 4 zombie bodies that entire time I was there. Yeah, it wasn't very much because I was more of trying to let the zombie bodies pile up in order to see if the lag got bad. But they despawned so fast that yeah, I see how they fixed it. I totally see how they fixed it. And I guess that's a welcome change. Oh, I should have left these down there. I gotta get some of this stuff out of my inventory here. Bunch of random weapons. Now, the first thing I noticed when launching the game, I still had one rocket left. Wow, how did I miss that? Damn. The one thing I did notice when I first loaded the game was the lighting. Now, what I think, they said they had to make some changes to the lighting from the last update in order to make everything brighter. If you look around my place, it's actually insanely easy to see, like all the way up to the ceiling even. I can see the ceiling where before the episodes I was doing before this, you couldn't even see anywhere close to the top. Now, I do have my light off, and you can still see all the way to the top. Now, as you've noticed, my headlamp now doesn't do any of the shapes. It's just, once again, the light as well too. I have this I have a little bit of a mixed feeling about. I did like the other headlamp that we had before, the one where there's scuff marks and everything on it. I don't know, personally, I found it to be more immersive. So I do kind of miss the headlamp looking that way. But I know a lot of you, like a considerable amount of you, are pretty damn happy that you finally have your lighting situation back. I mean, it is a lot easier to see, I will give you that. But I do kind of miss the old lighting. What they've done, what I found they've done, if you guys look around, you do notice a difference. Like, the game, once again, does look different. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, for the better. What they've done is they've pretty much turned the shading off. If you look, like, even the bricks here do not have the texture or the depth that they had. They have the texture, but they don't have the depth that they had before. The light was much richer before. It used to bounce off like all of these little grooves, and it looked a lot more dynamic, and that's what was making things dark, was the fact that the textures were so deep that the texture looked dark. And I think that's how they fixed it, was to just remove the shading on the textures. Hopefully they fix that. Hopefully they go in and figure out how to smooth out the textures on every block. Because, I mean, like, my fireplace looks fantastic, but I don't know. It doesn't have the life it had before, like the depth in the back where the rocks and everything are. I don't know. It's going to take me a little while to get used to, I think. I wasn't really impressed with how they fixed the darkness problem. I was really hoping they wouldn't just brighten up the entire game and put the headlight back to what it was before. But they've been bent to everybody's will, and it is what it is, so I guess we'll have to get used to it again and not cry about it so much. I mean, it is easier to see, so at least we got that. Now, this is episode 48. We are 2 episodes. I'm going to go up this ladder here. What I'm going to try to do is actually, I'm going to go disassemble that bike, and we're going to go try to drive it up and down on that slope, because apparently, I need water and food. Because apparently, they fixed that. So let's go get some water and food. Whoa, what? That was quick. Wasn't I just at 8 and then I was at 0? Or am I imagining things? I have to eat some of this. It looks like I have no food prepared. That's never good. Okay, cool. Let's make some bacon and eggs here. What is happening with the food? Oops. Might want to put some fuel into my campfire. More than one. Cool. Cook that shit up. Let's get some food in us here. Wow, I'm having such a noob episode. I'm almost back to normal. It is about 2 a.m. I actually had to set my alarm tonight. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. Set my alarm for 2 a.m. to wake up to do my recording, and then I can render it. And then by the time I get up in the morning, I can upload it and have it to YouTube and not have that much of a interrupted sleep pattern. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know what the heck that was all about. It was almost like I got hungry and thirsty immediately. That was a little disconcerting. We'll turn this off so we don't increase our heat map. And glass jar. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to go ahead and take 3 of these with me just in case. I have a feeling something's a little off there. Okay, cool. Oops. I'm so scatterbrained here. Okay, awesome. So I'm almost back to normal. I'm almost all happy and youthful and wide awake, and school's back in, so that means I should be able to wake up in the mornings now and have some recording time without having a lot of interruption. See, I swear I was just at 80 something. Am I going insane here? Am I just like seeing things? Okay, cool. Let's take apart this mini bike here. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take everything, because I can't drive it down to the old ramp because the old ramp is apparently what they fixed. Hey, did that give me the gas back? Okay, it did. Awesome. So let's go down and test out the old ramp we have, because I actually had to replace that whole ramp system that I originally made because of this problem. Now apparently they fixed this problem. So I'm kind of curious. So what we're going to do is assemble this mini bike here right outside the Masturbatorium, Rantipatorium, whatever it happens to be during that episode, and test this out. I'm actually really anxious to check, or to try this. Alright, here we go. Engine, wheels, good to go. Awesome. And let's get on this sucker and see how she does on this slope, or on a slope again like this. Oops. If I had some gas. Get that in there. Awesome. Fingers crossed. Because this is real important. Like, the mini bike got real derpy for a while. They're trying to ride it down hills and everything. Oh, so you still go downhill pretty damn fast. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's definitely fixed. This is 100% fixed. Like, it's quick. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, good to go. Thanks, Iron Galaxy, for finally fixing that bug. Just kind of sucks now that I've started digging another tunnel system. Or I could take that tunnel system and go down on an angle like this again. Let's see how well I go up this hill, and then I guess I can decide from there. Okay. Okay, it's still a little derpy going up, but it's more realistic going up than going down this time, because before, going up is a lot quicker than going down. So awesome, I am so glad to see this. So I'm gonna hop out here, disassemble this bike, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and go outside of Z-Rection, and we are gonna, oops, I'm gonna turn this off. We are gonna work on doing some more manscaping and shooting the shit. I'll see you guys once I got this stuff sorted out. I'm starting to notice here, I'm starting to notice a pattern already, is that every single time I go up and down the ladder, I think it's, I'm going to actually try it out next time I go up a ladder. It seems if I'm sprinting up a ladder, I go through my food and thirst very, very quickly. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm going to, of course, keep doing my normal thing by running around, you know, doing what I normally do, see if that has an effect on my health. But I did notice as I ran up that ladder that it dropped my like hunger by like 10%. I couldn't believe it watching it do that. It was pretty insane. So just a heads up as a word of caution. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well too, but it does seem that sprinting up and down ladders is screwing with your health, or your wellness and health levels and thirst levels. So I'm going to test that out. What I'm going to do is just not sprint up those ladders and everything in the future here. Especially if you guys say, you know what, I've noticed that as well here too. Now, the one feature I was very excited for was the hold X button to make multiples of items. Now, I totally misunderstood, I think, exactly what they were saying. Because simply what they've done is, in a lot of games, let's go to crafting here. Okay. In a lot of games, simply all you do is you go to your items, you go to recipes. Whoa! Hello. Let's take care of this first. Holy crap, that scared the shit out of me. It's been a while. Awesome. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, let's go to crafting before I was rudely interrupted there. That wasn't very nice. Crafting, recipes. Oh yeah, here we are. And make sod. Now, normally a lot of games, you have an option of like pressing shift or control, and it'll do it in quantities of 10 or 25, and that's kind of what I thought this was going to be. But essentially, all you have to do is go to your over area, and this is what it is. You hold down your X. Oops, there we go. Hey. Oh, I can only make 4, my bad. Okay. So basically, I don't have... Oh, wait, you know what? I can actually use the wood to show you guys. Here we go. We'll go with cobblestone. Or no, I can't make very many of those. Okay, so basically, you go on the arrow, and when you hold your X button down, it automatically just, like, goes. Instead of having to press X over and over and over again for every single item you want to make, you just hold it down. Now, it is quite quicker than having to, like, punch the button 48 times.
But it wasn't quite what I was expecting it to be, because if you get people like me who like to make several thousand of an item at the same time, that's still a wee bit annoying. I really wish they had the option to do multiples of an item. Maybe one day, maybe if we keep whining and complaining, they'll bend to our will again. Because it seems whining and crying really does work. Because everyone complaining about the lighting situation, they took the shading out. Which I don't know. Like I've never seen any video or anything of this situation where people are like, it's completely dark during the daytime. It might have been like a bug or something, or you're using an older TV that doesn't have very good the black and white depth. I don't know what it was. I was never able to see it. I tried looking it up to see if anyone made a video about it, but I really don't know what was happening there. Were you guys experience any extreme darkness? Like, I really liked what the old lighting was like. It was dark. I will give it that. But 7 Days to Die is a survival game in the end times, right? It's not really a happy freaking hop on or hop on. Wow. Climb over the rainbow type deal. You know what I mean? It's it or just say, oh, excuse me, guys. I'm still trying to get over a cold there. Or in my opinion, and I really hate to say this, but it's not Minecraft, and that's what I really appreciate about this game. So I just hope this isn't a trend going towards easier gameplay, just to satisfy the masses, because that to me is a little bit of a sellout. And I know a few of you might feel opposite from that. You're like, well, it's finally good that I can see, and you know that's cool. That's completely cool. I wish they had the option to at least use the old headlamp style, so people like me who like the immersion of it can still enjoy that, because I really did. I did not find the headlamp to be a problem whatsoever, and apparently they increased the bird's nest too, slightly. I don't know what slightly means for the bird's nest, but that's another thing I never could figure out too, because a lot of people whine I can never find bird's nests. And I don't know what you guys are doing not to see bird's nest. I run into them all the time, even before they increase the spawn. And what they're doing in Alpha 15 is they're actually making bird nest bigger so that they're easier to see. That blows my mind a little bit. I want to see how much bigger they're gonna make bird's nest to be actually kind of comical. Well, I guess you can watch Joel's Alpha 15 videos, and it'd be really easy to find out. I've tried watching his videos. I really do want to see Alpha 15 content, but I've decided I want to experience Alpha 15 for myself. So once the Alpha 15 experimental drops, I'll be definitely hitting that up really hard. We've been discussing it over the last 10 episodes really about Alpha 15, so I won't go too much into it because a lot of you already know exactly what's going to be happening during that time. I'm going to be making the server, doing a let's play off that server, and it's going to be public as well too, so that's pretty exciting. I can't wait to launch that. I'm just going over my notes here, and that looks like about everything I wanted to rant about. I haven't found anything else with the update that's wrong or that I didn't enjoy or I did enjoy. It is a lot easier to see the zombies, as you guys watched in the... oh wait, no, you guys actually didn't get to see that. I am sorry. I was having problems with the sound on the Elgato again, and I still think I am having problems with the sound on the Elgato again. What a pain in the butt. But yeah, I was up on the sniper tower. Whoa, what am I doing here? I was up on the sniper tower, and it was incredibly easier to see everything. I used my rocket launcher. I was like dicking around with all my ammo. I really wanted to make like a good introduction to this episode, but I derped like crazy, and honestly, I just don't have the time to wait until another day 7 to re-record that. So I had to use what I had to use and make the audio on top of the recording afterwards. It was a little tricky, but we got her done. Okay, awesome. So, manscaping's done, almost. Getting there. And a lot of people are asking me there too, I noticed. They're like, well, what are you going to do around here? Because you said you're going to fix it up because of all this derpiness. If you've never seen this trick before, what I'm going to do is make a bunch of wood frames. I'm, of course, going to hold that X button down because it's so much more convenient than before. At least I don't have to press it this time, like press it 50 times, right? Now, if I want to make 200, I just do 50 4 times. makes it a little bit easier, but it's still a pain in the butt. I really wish there's a multiple item thing going on. Maybe if we keep bugging them, it'll happen. But I gotta go along all the edges and everything, all in this area. This is really tedious. This is a really tedious part, I find. Is doing all this, trying to make everything flat, everything look nice, especially around Z-Rection, because I mean it's nice, right? It's a beautiful tower. I want it to stand out from the landscape. I don't want it to get it lost in all the bush. Oh, bird's nest look different. Whoa, I think they changed the bird's nest. Is that the bigger A15 bird's nest? I think that is. Holy shit, look at that, guys. Look at the size of this thing. Okay, it's not relootable, but holy shit. Look at that sucker. It's huge. Hey, get me out of here. Okay, awesome. I want to go take a look at this bird's nest now. I don't know if I'm tripping or like something's wrong or like I just never noticed what a bird's nest actually looked like. But that's definitely a change. Am I going insane, guys? I don't think I am, because there's even little feathers in it as well too. Huh, well, looks kind of cool, I guess. That's what bird's nest look like now. I wish I had a picture right beside me here so I can compare that, because that's definitely different. And I guess that was another thing people were wanting a change of, and the developers said, okay, we heard you, we'll change that for you. Joel, I think, was the first one to mention it. Out of all people, I was pretty surprised that Joel was retroactive on getting that change made. So I mean, good on Joel, but the bigger bird's nest just kind of makes me laugh. It's kind of like when I know I have quite a few older viewers here. It's kind of like back when they tried to make hockey easy for people who don't know what hockey is to watch. When they tried to highlight the puck when it was all over the ice, that disaster, how bad that went. Yeah, that's what I kind of feel that bird's nest is like. Like, you may as well highlight that thing for me. To show me where it is, you know, it might be on the ice, it might be in within the fans. Who knows? I remember, I forget what beer company it was, but they made quite a mockery of it. It was quite fun to watch. But yeah, that was quite a long time ago. I think I was a teenager when that shit was going down. But that's kind of what that reminds me of. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, and you're like, Skippy, you're crazy, well, you guys should look it up. Look it up, you'll get a laugh. Some old footage of hockey games with the ball highlighted. I think they did that for football for a while too, but I could be wrong, because they were trying to do that with sports. I think it was back when CGI was starting to become a really big thing, and they're like, well, let's revolutionize sports by making it easier for people to watch and get into, because apparently it was hard to watch the puck on the ice. I've never found that problem, but apparently from their case studies, that was the case. That was why people did not want to watch hockey, was because they could never tell where the puck was. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, so I gotta go ahead here. Oh wow, we are out of time, guys. I was actually gonna do more landscaping, and once again, I've talked my way through an entire episode. Now, once again, guys, I do apologize if I sound tired. I do apologize if this level. See, I'm tired. I do apologize if this episode was a little non-energetic or just, you know, not my regular style. But don't worry, we will be back to it very soon once I'm all done and caught up on the sleep situation, and I can record at normal times and not 2 a.m. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy Console Patch 3. Definitely let me know your feelings on this patch as well here too, because we all matter, right? It's not just my opinion, it's your opinion too, and I always love hearing it. If it's ignorant, keep it to yourself. If it's constructive, please go ahead, let me know. I love constructive criticism. It's the reason I got this far on YouTube. But anyways, as usual, guys, stay surviving, keep it classy, always back up your damn game saves, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
We about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. We about to turn it on.